Okay, introducing on the show, we have another special guest. The interviews keep coming and coming and coming. With the greatest of a pleasure now, I'm joined by Hellena. Welcome to my show. How are we doing?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. Very excited about what's coming up in just 2 weeks, the campaign, and just a lot of work is, I'm just working a lot every day for that. Very good, very good, very excited. How are you?
Amazing. Yeah, good, thanks. Just make sure that I pronounce your name's quite unique because it's got two L's. And is it Helena, how you say
It's
it?
it's Helena.
Helena, right. Okay. Make sure we've made a note of that. So, Helena, welcome to the show. How long have you been performing for on the whole?
Ooh, you know what? I've been performing for a while, but I haven't performed in a year. Now in a year and a half. So I think my last show was at on a stage. It was a year and a half ago. At the moment, I'm doing these live streams where I play music online, so I'm performing online. But as far as the, live thing goes, it's been a year and a half. So it's been a lot of work. You can't do everything at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you've been behind the scenes creating a new project, which is a new album coming out very soon. Um, I'm told it's called Harmonia. How many tracks are on this forthcoming album?
Yeah, so it's actually not only an album. This time I wanted to create like a multi-universe, like a multi-experience for the fans. So apart from the album, we also have the actual Superheroine with a costume and all, and the graphic novel. So I've written a book as well for the
Hmm?
very first time for this superheroine, Harmonia, and the album will have 13 tracks, but some of them will be bonus tracks. So they will only be available during the campaign that is coming up, and there will be secret tracks. So I might actually not release everything, all of them, at the end of the day, during the launch. But I think there will be about 10
Hmm.
on Spotify later on and stuff.
Yeah, the superheroine is a crucial character on this works. Is a superheroine based on an alter ego or on someone else, or just a completely someone else, imaginary figure?
Um, it all starts with, like with the songs, it all starts with personal experience, and then it evolves into something else. It becomes something completely different, and the superheroine came out of nowhere, really. I was just I was writing the songs, and she was just born out of the making of the
Hmm.
album. I mean, in the story, of course, there are some things that are drawn from my personal experience. So myself is in the works, but it's not. She has her own character. She has her own life. So she stands well on her own without needing me,
Yeah.
which is always with the previous album as well. I don't want to be the center of attention. I prefer that another character is in the center of attention, like with Demythed. Medusa was the center of attention, and now it's Harmonia. So it feels to me like I can be a little bit more laid back about
Hmm.
it, and I don't have to be the leader. She's
Yeah.
the leader. So
So with Demythed, how long has it been since that last album was released? Because concentrating on this project now, people can listen to Demythed on, Spotify if they do want to look back for reference.
yeah, definitely. It's been out for 4 years now. So it came out in October 2020 during the pandemic, and it was a roller coaster in the best possible way for an independent project. I mean, people were there. I run my very first crowdfunding campaign for that album, and I couldn't believe you know, how much people loved it, and they were just there for me and the project and the art. So I was like, okay, people nowadays, they still support music, they still support
Mm.
musicians, and they buy albums and vinyl, and CD. So yeah, it's been out for a few years, and you can find it on any streaming platform, on my shop as well. It's everywhere.
Mm. And one of your standout tracks called Game Over, doing reasonably well on the streaming platforms. Um,
Really?
yeah,
That's
believe it or
good.
not.
Nice
I
to
don't have
hear
the
that.
exact figures, but oh, actually, yeah, nearly 10K on Spotify. Game Over.
Really? I didn't even know. I have to go check later, see if you're lying. No, I'm kidding,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Then Kiss the Sun. I just listened to that in places. That's doing 5 and a bit. Reminds me of Lana Del Rey in places as well.
Yeah, that EP. I mean, first of all, I love Lana. Who
Hmm.
doesn't? She's one of the best musicians we have, the best artists we have nowadays, and she represents so many of us. So yeah, this EP is very dreamy. Maybe that's why it's very dreamy. I grew up with music, with rock as well. So there are many rock influences, but also the dream pop side of it is there. Yeah, I love that EP. To be honest with you, it felt, while I was writing that EP, it really felt like I was daydreaming every day. Like I
Mm.
was walking on clouds every day. It was a nice feeling.
Mm. It's nice to keep the dream alive, though, isn't it? Whatever you wish in life.
I mean, what are we living for?
Mm.
Life is, as far as we know, we only live once, as far as we know empirically. And I think that it's very important that we support one another, and we try to inspire one another to go after our dreams, and to keep them alive, and to make them happen. If that is what makes our heart
Hmm.
happy.
Of course, and moving back to Harmonia now, you don't have to say, but do you have a favorite lead single or standout track on this album?
Ooh, that is a very difficult question. Um, I love so many tracks on this album. I mean, I love them all, but if I was to choose one, I really don't know which one it would be. I think what I will do though is, I've got this page. It's called Coffee. This coffee page, and many of my supporters are on there supporting what I do practically. And sometimes, whenever I don't know, what kind of artwork to choose or what kind of song to choose for a music video, I always ask them. I put the poll out
Mm.
there and they choose for me. So I love doing this creative give and take kind of thing with them, and to have them in my creative team. So I think I'm just going to ask them
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Sometimes it's nice to ask the audience for feedback, isn't it? What their thoughts and feelings are on certain things.
It's the most important thing to me, in the sense that, because this is a solo project, so many things that I do alone. So it can actually be very lonely. It can be a very lonely experience sometimes. And to have these people supporting me and being there, giving me feedback, it feels like have a team around me.
Mm.
I have my friends and they're there. And not only that, I mean, it's the reason why I can create art is thanks to those people. If they didn't support me, I wouldn't be able to make art, because I would have to do something else as a job. I wouldn't have the time basically to make
Mm.
art. So
Um, and with your music as well and your single releases, well, have there been any music videos you've directed or produced?
Yes, I directed almost every video that I made, except for the very first one or the first couple of videos, two or three videos that I didn't until I learned how it's done, and until the time I trusted myself, you know. Sometimes you just have to get to the point where you trust yourself to do it. And yeah, I love directing. I usually have the vision or the script for it, and then I find my team depending on the project. I would love to have the same people every time, but the music that I write is so different every time, so it demands of different things and different styles, and so it's like for every project I have to handpick different people, which is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, naturally. And are you independent, like self-sufficient artist? So everything you do is by yourself, 100%.
Yes, I've been independent since day one. I've had some interest here and there, from labels, but so far, never say never. I might go for it one day and get signed, but so far it hasn't been, I haven't seen a contract that I'm like, ooh, yeah, that sounds fair and that sounds great, for both sides. So I've stayed independent, and the fact that I have complete control over what I do, and I do it my own way with no compromises at all, that to me is heaven, you know.
Hmm. I was chatting to someone the other day. Here in the UK, we've had a breakthrough artist called Ray, and she got she well, I don't think she got dropped by her record company, but she departed ways with her record company, and she went independent. A family set her up, and she hasn't looked back since. She's doing really well for herself.
Okay, I would
Yeah,
love to check her out.
yeah,
I don't know this artist. I mean, I don't have the time to listen to new
no,
music, to be honest. I would love to, whenever friends of mine are like, you should check out this artist, I'm like, okay, yeah, I will. But for me to, look it up on my own, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna have a look. Thanks
yeah.
for letting
Yeah, that was
letting
just
me know.
an additional comment. Ray, Raye. So you mentioned Lana Del Rey might have inspired your music, your influences. Where else do you get your creativity and ideas from? Like, say, where are you in the world right now? Are you in Greece? Are you that side?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in Athens right now, so it's like as it is with everybody, like you get your experiences, you become who you are by what you see around you, the people you have around you, what you watch, what you listen to, what you read. So life in general, I mean, if it was to mention artists that inspire me, it would be too many to
Hmm,
mention. Lana being one, of course, Amy, Nirvana, my favorite band from the past. Sevdaliza is one of the independent artists that I adore. This woman, she's a force of nature, and what she does is just life changing. And then, of course, because I'm here, seeing the Parthenon and the ruins and the culture here in Athens inspires me
hmm,
to write the sun, the sunset, the everything,
hmm.
the beautiful background that you have
Yeah, because
inspires me.
yeah, because you
But
mentioned sorry, you mentioned Medusa as well. Was he from Greek mythology, like a Gorgon? Does that the arts inspire you as well?
yeah, yeah, Medusa was actually she represented Demythed, and her story is just amazing, and the way we have we are telling the story nowadays, oh, she's a monster and she petrifies people, but it's like she's the baddie, she's the
Mm.
bad one, but her story is very sad, and she was just normal girl, being very devoted to goddess Athena, right here.
Right.
Uh, and she actually had some very hard times during her life, and then she was metamorphosed into a monster. She didn't have a choice for anything. She didn't stand a chance. So I loved to tell her story the way that I see it, that she was completely misunderstood, and yeah, should look at things in different from different perspectives.
Mm. I must admit, it's one of the leading legends, the Medusa. Um,
Yeah.
not saying I'm an expert in it, but I know of her, you know.
Yeah, she's very famous. I
Mm.
hope, I really hope Harmonia will become as
Yeah.
famous as Medusa.
Well, fingers crossed for you.
Very,
Just want.
very known to the world. I love this superhero. I mean, her story is also inspiring. What I wanted to create is not the usual superhero who has these superpowers, from the beginning, like Wonder Woman, for example. I
Mm.
love Wonder Woman, but she's perfect. And this superheroine that I created, she was full of flaws and mindset limitations, and so she's a lot like us, like normal people, and she had to fight to get through those obstacles and earn her superheroine status. It wasn't given to her
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Just a couple more to wrap up. People who have listened to your music, doing my homework, have also listened to Nympha, Lo
Awesome.
Marie, and Wildfire. Any of them artists ring any bells to you?
Nymphia, I know. She's someone I know, Valentina. I don't know the other artists that you mentioned. I should look them up because, you know, you find uh, you find people that have a lot of similarities to you this way. But no, I haven't heard of the
Yeah,
other artists.
yeah.
But Nymphia, yes, and I actually recorded on her latest album. I recorded on a track as Pythia, so I had to actually say some words in ancient Greek, and yeah, it's on her album. If you'd like to check
Lovely.
it out.
Um, and where's best for people to follow you? You know, like you got your social medias, but you also do like a mailing list as well, where you can get like exclusive like news before everyone else.
Well, the email is the newsletter, is the best way because I'm keeping in touch with everybody this way, and I'm sharing behind the scenes and secret things that I can't just put them out there, publicly. So the email is the best way. So maybe we can post the link for that, or I've got Instagram and Facebook and all of these
Yeah.
social networks. And then yeah, I think that's it really.
Well,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So Helena with two L's, people can just find you um, elsewise that way on the search engines and follow you. Thank you for joining me on today's show. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure, talking about your music and just finding out a little bit more about your good self.
Thank you too.
Yeah,
Thank you for
you're
having
very
me.
welcome. Have a great week. All right. Yeah.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye bye.